All right, let's get into it. Today, we're going to build your very first AI outbound calling campaign literally from scratch. I'm going to walk you through exactly how you can get your own AI assistant on the phone talking to your leads. This is all about making your outreach way more effective and, honestly, a whole lot more efficient.
So here's the game plan for today. First up, we'll break down what these AI outbound campaigns are all about. Then we'll run through a quick pre-launch checklist. Super important stuff. After that, we'll actually build the campaign together. Then we'll talk about how to take things to the next level, calling at scale. And finally, I'll share some of my best practices to make sure you succeed.
Okay, first things first. We gotta start with the basics, right? Before we jump in and start clicking buttons, it's absolutely crucial to get the foundation right. So, what is an AI outbound campaign really? And how does this whole thing actually work?
Right, so here's the main thing you need to get. A campaign isn't just a big old list of phone numbers you're blasting through. No way. It's a smart, automated system. It's intelligent. It knows who to call, when to call them, and it even has the logic to try again later if nobody picks up. And that's what makes it so perfect for, everything from sales calls to simple appointment reminders.
Think of it like this. There are 4 key pieces to this puzzle. And what's so cool is how they all work together. First, you've got your leads list. That's who you're calling. Then there's the AI assistant. That's your voice, the one doing the talking. You've got the caller ID, which is the number people see. And then the campaign itself. That's the brains of the operation. It's the set of rules that tells everyone else what to do and when to do it. Okay, basics are down. Now for the fun part. Let's get our hands dirty. But hang on, before we hit that big green launch button, we gotta do a quick pre-flight check. We need to make sure all our pieces are in place and ready to go. And the very first thing we need to sort out is your caller ID. So for your caller ID, you basically have 2 choices. Option 1, you can grab a brand new dedicated number right here inside the platform. The cool thing about that is it can handle calls coming in and going out. Option 2, you can use your own existing number, like your main company line. Now the big difference here is that your own number is really just for display, so people see a name they recognize. The dedicated number, on the other hand, is totally integrated into the system. And listen, here's a quick but really important tip. That OTP verification thing, you only have to worry about that if you're using your own existing number. If you just rent a new one directly from the platform, boom, you can skip that whole step. Just a little time saver for you. All right, next up is the script. Now this is huge. The script is basically the brain of your AI assistant. A really good prompt tells the AI everything it needs to know. Who it's supposed to be, the whole reason it's calling, how to handle it if someone says no thanks, and, most importantly, what the end goal is. Are we trying to transfer the call, schedule a meeting, or just get some info? It all starts here. So, let's look at an example. This is a classic sales prompt. See how direct it is? It's like you are the sales bot for Acme Corp. It tells the AI to greet them, mention the new product, and throw in that 10% discount. And it even says what to do if they say no. Just politely end the call. It's super simple, super effective, and totally focused on the goal. Now compare that to a collection script. It's a totally different vibe, right? The focus here isn't on an offer. It's on verification and action. Greet the user, verify their name. Then, it's all about what happens next. If they're willing to pay, get the details. If they refuse, make a note of why. See? The whole logic is much more structured, guiding them down a specific path. All right, checklist. Done. We've got our caller ID picked out, our AI script is written and ready to go, so now, let's actually put it all together. It's time to see how this builds out into a real, live campaign right inside the platform. And you'll see the setup process is actually super simple. You just head over to the Outbound Campaigns area, hit Create New Campaign, and give it a name you'll remember, something like Q1 Lead Follow-Up. Then, you just pick the AI assistant we just created, and this part is really important. You set the schedule. You tell it exactly when it's okay to call. Now what about your leads? Getting them into the system is also really flexible. You can do a simple upload with a CSV file. Or, and this is pretty cool, you can connect to Google Sheets so it updates automatically. But if you want the whole shebang, you can integrate it directly with your CRM like HubSpot or Go High Level for a totally hands-off workflow. Okay, this is where you get to fine-tune the campaign's behavior. You can set things like max retries. How many times should we try a number that doesn't answer? Maybe 2 or 3 times. You set the wait time between those tries. You define that exact window when the AI can call, say 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Oh, and this is a great feature. It automatically detects voicemails and just ends the call. That saves you a ton of time and money. So, you've built your campaign, you've tested it on a handful of leads, and hey, it works. Awesome. But what happens when you need to go from calling a dozen people to calling hundreds or even thousands? Let's talk about how you scale this thing up.
Because that is where the true power of a system like this really shines. We're talking about reaching a scale that would be, well, it would be pretty much impossible if you were just relying on human agents. I mean, we're talking about massive volume here. You can literally upload a list with 10,000, 20,000, even more leads, and the system will just start working through them, all based on the exact rules you already set up.
And how is that even possible? Well, the secret sauce is something called parallel calls. This means your one single number with your one AI assistant can be having multiple conversations at the exact same time. It's like having a whole army of call center agents ready to go whenever you need them.
But you know what they say? With great power comes great responsibility. You can't just blast out 10,000 calls all at once. That's a surefire way to get your number flagged as spam. The smart way to do it is to stagger your calls. Maybe start with a small batch, 100 or so. See how it performs, then ramp it up. Just keep a reasonable pace and always keep an eye on your dashboard in real time to make sure things look good.
Woof, we have covered a ton of ground, haven't we? We've gone from the basic idea all the way to launching at scale. So, to wrap it all up, let's put everything together into a final set of best practices. Your pro tips for making sure your campaign is a huge success.
So let's boil it all down to the essentials, your final checklist. Number 1, clean data. Garbage in, garbage out, right? 2, respect people's time zones with your schedule. Be conservative. 3, start with just 2 or 3 retries. You can always adjust later. And a little pro tip for you. Try to schedule those retries at different times of the day. You'll have a much better chance of catching someone. And last but not least, always be watching your campaign reports. That's where you'll see what's working and what's not.
And that's really it. You've got the whole blueprint now. Everything you need to launch a powerful, scalable, and seriously smart AI outbound campaign. So the only real question left is, what's the very first conversation your AI is going to have?